Most people never build a truly strong back, not because they don't train it, but because they train it completely wrong. The back is the largest and most complex muscle group in the upper body. It's also the most misunderstood. Most people pull too much with their arms, use too much momentum, choose the wrong exercises for their goals, and never actually feel the muscles they're trying to train. The result is years of back training that builds arm fatigue, not back thickness and width. The back is the largest and most complex muscle group in the upper body. It's also the most misunderstood. Most people pull too much with their arms, use too much momentum, choose the wrong exercises for their goals, and never actually feel the muscles they're trying to train. The result is years of back training that builds arm fatigue, not back thickness and width. In this video, I'll show you how the back muscles actually work, the most common training mistakes that limit your development, what the science says about the most effective exercises and techniques, and how to structure your back training for maximum growth. The back is not one muscle, it's a system of muscles with different functions and different optimal training approaches. The latissimus dorsi, the lats, are the largest muscle and responsible for the width of your back. They're best targeted by vertical pulling movements like pull-ups and lat pull-downs, with an emphasis on shoulder adduction, pulling your elbows down and back toward your hips. The mid-back, rhomboids and mid-traps, creates thickness between the shoulder blades. These respond best to horizontal pulling movements like rows, with a focus on scapular retraction, squeezing the shoulder blades together. The lower back, erector spinae, supports posture and spinal stability. Deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts and back extensions are the primary movements here. Effective back training requires targeting all of these areas, not just doing rows and calling it done. Mistake 1. Pulling with the arms instead of the back. This is the most universal back training error. When you row or pull down, if you initiate the movement by bending your elbow first, you're recruiting your biceps, not your lats or mid-back. The correct approach is to initiate every pulling movement by depressing and retracting the shoulder blade first, then driving the elbow back. Think of your hands as hooks and your arms as cables. The back does the actual pulling. Mistake 2. Using too much weight and too much momentum. Heavier is not always better for back development. Swinging a barbell row with 120 kilograms teaches you nothing about your back. A controlled 80 kilogram row where you feel every rep builds significantly more muscle. Mistake 3. Not training through full range of motion. Most people cut their pull-ups and pull-downs short, stopping before the arms are fully extended at the top. Full range of motion creates greater muscle length tension and produces more growth stimulus. Let the weight stretch the lat fully at the top of every rep. Mistake 4. Neglecting the mid-back entirely. Most programs are lat dominant, lots of pull-downs and pull-ups, not enough horizontal rowing. A well-developed back requires roughly equal volume of vertical and horizontal pulling. If you're not doing at least 2 distinct rowing movements in your back session, your mid-back is being undertrained. EMG research on back exercises consistently shows that lat pull-downs and pull-ups produce the highest lat activation when performed with a shoulder width or slightly wider grip and full range of motion. Narrow grip variations shift more tension to the biceps. For the mid-back, research shows that chest-supported rows remove lumbar involvement and isolate the mid-back more effectively than barbell rows, making them the superior choice for pure hypertrophy when lower back fatigue is a limiting factor. A 2020 study on training frequency found that training the back twice per week with sufficient volume produced significantly greater hypertrophy than once per week, consistent with the general principle that larger muscle groups benefit from higher frequency. An effective back session includes 1 vertical pull, pull-ups or lat pull-down, for lat width, 1 heavy horizontal row, barbell or dumbbell row, for overall thickness, 1 chest-supported row or machine row, for mid-back isolation, and 1 lower back movement if not covered by deadlifts on another day. Focus on initiating every rep from the shoulder blade, control the eccentric, train through full range, and use a weight that allows you to actually feel the muscles working, not just move the weight from A to B. An effective back session includes 1 vertical pull, pull-ups or lat pull-down, for lat width, 1 heavy horizontal row, barbell or dumbbell row, for overall thickness, 1 chest-supported row or machine row, for mid-back isolation, and 1 lower back movement if not covered by deadlifts on another day. Subscribe, new video every Sunday.